When the heroes descended into the wilds of the hunting grounds, they came upon a lodge of sorts at the base of the long iron ladder. Lump sensed movement within, and they cased the joint and its strange double doors. Discovering magic attached to the doors, but unable to determine what it may be, Nick presented a magical loophole in the form of a magical door knocker and created a new door for them to use instead. Within, they discovered the Caligny they were warned of by Dulac above, and were met with an immediate militaristic type preparation. And the leader, Galudu, entered and treated with the heroes. She expressed intense distrust and warning to them. However, when Harold mentioned the influence of the Aub over Dulac and her kin, it gave Galudo great pause. They were granted safe leave and warned not to enter without permission again, as Galudu considered the information the heroes had presented, and the exploration of the hunting grounds began again.
Hello there, creatures and denizens of the North. James here with a favor to ask of you. We want you to go out and tell a friend about one of our shows. Word of mouth is so important for a burgeoning network like ours, and each and every one of you can help us grow just by mentioning one of our shows to a friend, a game master, or someone on the street with a cool shirt. We'd also like to remind you that we've got a free public Discord where some of our most dedicated fans hang out at unchartednorth.com/Discord, and we'd love to hear from you. And if you really like what we do, you can help us create these shows and get some cool rewards in the process at patreon.com/unchartednorth. That's it. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
This is how you remind me. What are y'all thoughts on the old I think I got Freeman pretty good there. I got a full double over.
It's a good cold open there. Can we hear it in metalcore?
This is how you remind me of what I really am. I can't anymore. I just don't got the lung capacity.
That's
I'll make sure to duck that just a hint, though.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and put in a countdown warning, too, just in case.
Yeah, sweet visual joke on an audio podcast.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay, so controversial opinions. Everybody's got them. None of them are good. But
I don't think you made
Nickelback-
it through the whole question. Yeah. What are we doing? What's everyone's thoughts on Nickelback?
Scott, I'll leave it to you, the professional. I'm sorry. I should have stayed in my fucking lane. I'm the segue person.
Hey, it's okay because I think that, Freeman got you going. But, this came up because I was recently watching a documentary on Nickelback. And I was like, you know what? Nickelback kind of slaps.
Canada's own?
That's right. And, it's like the internet told everyone to hate Nickelback and everyone started hating Nickelback because of the internet or maybe because they don't like them. The choice is yours. But at one point, the song This Is How You Remind Me was being played constantly somewhere in the US on one of the radio stations for a year.
constantly somewhere in the U.S., you mean all of North America? Like,
Yeah.
One radio station just had it on repeat all
Yeah.
day.
No, just no matter what time it was during the day, if you had all the radio stations, it would be playing.
oh,
somewhere in the
there was
US
one playing it. Oh, okay.
for a year.
That's crazy.
That feels right.
What's your guys' thoughts?
Oh, I
Hate them. Yeah, fucking suck.
I was trying to be less controversial, but yeah, no, I do fucking hate him, mostly because like Chad Kroger's approach to music was find the most popular songs and steal real hard. Don't do anything original, don't do anything unique, just fucking put out the same shit that everyone else did, but make it my own with just like not even making it his own, like just literally just stealing. And like stealing is cool, but like be creative about it.
Well, especially when it comes to art stealing, because that's the whole point, is that you don't really create anything original. You're always stealing, but like it needs to have something extra that's a bit more than a tinge, you know. But also, as far as I know, Nickelback and Jack Herb have never been sued for copyright, unlike some other very big names. So,
Oh yeah.
And I don't even think they're like aggressively bad, like some people make out. Like it's not like they're the worst band in the world. I think we're a kind of weird representative sample in Canada because of our Canadian content laws and to be on the radio so much. They've more just been like so aggressively mediocre to me and then
Mid.
the one song that really like stuck out was that Favorite Damn Disease or whatever. That's just like the stupidest.
I don't even know that one.
It's all about just having rough sex. It's a rough sex song.
A rough sex song. That's what we want on the radio.
There's
That's
a
lovely.
lot of sexual songs. That's
No
a fact.
solitude at all, and it's just like I'm okay with just having a generic ass rock band, but at least make room for some other people if you're going to be that generic ass rock band. So fuck them.
I remember enjoying How You Remind Me when it first came out. I remember like thinking, oh, this is kind of a cool song. And then from there, I didn't really pay attention, and they were around. And sure enough, like, yeah, the internet made you hate them. And like, I'm with kind of mostly with Duncan. I kind of like meh. Like they haven't really done anything special. It is super generic. Like they do catchy songs. They have catchy lines and catchy riffs. It's catchy. That's their whole mode. It's not really about, anything interesting or creative or new. I'm reminded of the most famous Chumbawamba song.
I Get Knocked Down.
Yeah, which is called Tub Thumping. It's Chumbawamba was considered a one-hit wonder because of that song, because they appeared and disappeared in North America, and mostly in the West. They, as far as I know, I don't know how completely true this story is, but as far as I know, they actually, in a sort of protest way, bought a book about how to write a hit, used the advice in the book, and wrote Tub Thumping, and it was a hit. And it's the only hit they've had because Chumbawamba is actually a very, very awesome anarchic political folk punk band.
Yep.
That is so good. They're so ridiculously good. And that's the reason why they only had one, because they were like, we're doing one and we're to show you. It's just like Blues Traveler and their song The Hook. I'm gonna do this one just to show you that it's all a fucking game.
Yeah, but I think the difference there is like Chumbawamba is so goddamn talented that the rest of their stuff is great. Nickelback doesn't really, doesn't run that deep.
They have to have the hook. They have to do the one-hit wonder and try to do it over and over again. They have to have, the catchy tune, because otherwise they're fucking nothing. Yeah. Damn Canadians, eh?
Yep.
Damn Canadian music scene is rough. Got some great ones, but
Well,
Justin Bieber, Nickelback, Drake, Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne's actually all right.
But then we have
who else?
Alanis Morissette. We
Alanis
have
Morissette's
Leonard
good.
Cohen. We have
Our Lady Peace,
Our Lady Peace.
Sum 41,
Yeah, Sum
Billy
41,
Talent.
yeah.
Tragically Hit.
Sorry, what the fuck did you just say?
Tragically Hip.
Okay, I thought you said tragically hit. It's like, is that?
Oh no!
is that
No!
a shot
no,
on Gord?
no.
It's like, 'cause I will come over there.
Sometimes, you just want something generic to put on in the background while you're crushing some Coors Lights on a camping trip. And you just, a couple C minuses.
That's disgusting. That is soda water soaked in my socks. It's a terrible, terrible thing to drink, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
What is?
Coors Light.
It's pronounced Kurs. Don't appropriate my culture.
My dad always said it's the next best thing to beer.
Yeah. No Miller Genuine Draft, and certainly no Pabst Blue Ribbon.
What about Miller High Life?
The champagne of beers,
Miller High
baby.
Life?
The champagne of beers.
You get a champagne of beers in a bottle, ice cold in your hand, and you put on Rockstar by Nickelback, you are having a good time.
I'm so glad I quit drinking and don't have to agree with that.
I'm gonna quit this podcast over this fucking conversation.
They got some
my
bangers,
God.
baby. Put it on and enjoy yourself.
Well, speaking of cracking open a couple cold ones with the boys, let's kill these fucking Erdifon.
Speaking of
Hey.
bangers, you're all about to be mash as you fight these creatures.
We all know that's not how this plays out.
This is how you remind me of Pathfinder.
Oh,
God.
Look at this photograph.
no, don't stop it.
Volek,
It's not. I will start removing hero points for any more references. Oh God! All right,
You're the rock star of this cave.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, you're out of hero points. aren't you?
relentless. You're out of
You're out of hero
control.
points. You spent
my God,
them
I
all.
can't breathe
you
anymore. So
cheeky
many good
bastard. Well, I can't wait to kill Harold really quickly now.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
a new character in here.
You
Harold loves
are
dad
a
rock.
good 50 feet away from the nearest Erdifon, the closest of you. Let's roll initiative.
You guys can ask me about my thoughts in the Discord.
We steamrolled James.
We steamrolled him so hard.
Let's Nickelback back up here.
You know what? Yeah, ask James in the Discord. We're not even going to bother. We've wasted enough time. Roll initiative. Let's fight.
I got a 33.
Okay. Who else is rolling initiative?
24.
I'd like to roll stealth because I was avoiding notice.
Sounds about right.
21.
Okay. Nick?
28.
All right. Nick, I think, was also scouting, so let me just double check if that +1 makes a difference. Indeed, it does for Raphael. And that's it. Okay. Wicked. Top of the order is one of these Erdifons, who will...
Lay down her arms and surrender.
You fucking wish. Who will delay?
Trips on the floor and explodes.
Lump, you're up.
Lump is gonna go ahead and on the metal. What are the what's the over under here? We think this turns into a rolling encounter.
Well, it depends if we start moving a lot.
All right, Nick, go ahead, grab that heroism I cast before, and you know what, Ruff, you can have it to. And then last action, Ray Shield. I will wait for them to come to us, or if they don't, then I will figure that out later. But right now, I just want to get my little buddies, my little pals, feeling all heroic and feeling their oats. And that's my turn.
Okay, so that's heroism and a raise shield. Next up is one of the Erdifon, who will vanish.
Behind a wall or just go invisible?
Yeah, vanish from sight. And Nick,
Son
you're
of
up.
a bitch.
Okay, well, seeing an opening, Nick is going to take a sudden charge
Okay,
up to 10 feet away from this here lasher to the south. It's called a lasher, by the way.
yeah,
I
it is an
learned it
Erdifon
from
lasher.
Combat.
Yeah, with the old whip we've alluded to in the previous episode, I believe. Okay, getting all up in there.
Yeah, you got nothing for me, or can I start stabbing?
No, you just approached, so yeah, you're good.
It was a running, a sudden charge with a 33 to hit.
33 will hit.
Yeah, baby.
That will be 18 piercing plus, so 14 piercing and 4 sonic with the Thundering Rune.
Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, cool. You've done your damage. Anything else?
Okay, and another one with a map -5, a 20 to hit.
That will miss.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out where our DC is, that's all.
Harold, you're up.
Harold will exploit vulnerability. Rolling a 23.
23 will succeed on this lasher.
Okay, and I see that their highest weakness is vitality, -5, but the personal antithesis bonus is 6. So I will go with that.
Okay.
And rubbing a piece of translucent mushroom from beside him across his blade, like the disgusting translucent skin of this creature.
Ugh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's fishing for hero points.
Move 25 feet behind there's a pillar north of these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So he's worked his way around this pillar, and that will be 3 actions.
Okay. Ruff, you're up.
In Aklo, Ruff will call out, "Do you mean us harm?"
Even now.
After Nick has run up and skewered one of them.
I'm playing the hand I've been dealt with this initiative roll.
Yep, no, that's fair. If you're waiting for a response, you don't get it. They're engaging. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. First 2 actions will be Ray of Frost on the far one.
Okay, what's your range on that?
120.
Nice.
25 to hit.
That will hit.
19 points of cold.
Okay.
And he'll take cover with his last action.
Okay, taking cover behind the mushroom. Don't think you can from your position.
Okay, then...
I think you really got to be a little bit closer to them. You're pretty much in a full line of sight. Yeah.
Then he'll use his Arcane Cascade.
Okay. Arcane Cascade stance. Next up is is the lasher that Nick attacked. Let's see. What does Le Lasher do? Oh, Le Lasher.
The lashes.
I'll tell you what Le Lasher does. Nothing yet, because the first Le Lasher delayed and will enter the order right now and cast a spell upon Nick. Bam! That's going to be a terrible 20 to hit. I rolled real bad on that.
Heck no.
Heck no. And
I'd like to use my reaction to recognize the spell.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you will. It was a ray of enfeeblement. This creature kind of in the mushrooms a little bit just like tries to shoot a ray at you, and it kind of zips past you and hits the pillar behind you, the rock pillar, and it's sort of sneers and just starts like running up towards you. What's my movement speed here? Let me just double check here.
Be careful. That is a ray of enfeeblement. Is real bad.
It's gonna.
I'm glad their aim is shit.
Yeah, it's gonna run right up next to you after that, Nick.
Okay.
And then the other lasher that you just hit is going to swing its lash. Oh no, it's gonna step up to you and swing its lash. It's a shorter lash, I think. Let me just double check.
Apparently, it's just called Enfeeble in the remaster.
Oh, is that the one? Enfeeble, yeah.
Wonder how they came up with that.
Hours of hard work around the conference table.
The lasher steps on up to you and will swing the old lash for a, oh my god, bad roll, 20 to hit. So bad.
That's not going to hit. I'm going to use dodge away as my reaction, and I will be 10 feet to the north.
Fuck.
Gotta love acrobat dedication.
And there was a step, so that does not provoke.
Hot damn.
Kite him towards us.
And this creature it basically runs up to you, swings with his lash. You just like incredibly quickly step away, and it cocks an eyebrow and steps back. Next up is the fourth Erdefon, who will also vanish. And that brings us to the top of the order with a lump.
Lump is going to go ahead and just pile on in. Their arm shifting into a whip as they go, and they will reach out to trip the Erdefon to their south that it looks like Nick has already hurt some.
Yep.
For a 40? Is that good?
Yeah, that's a crit. Oh my god.
Wait, it's really autumn in here. 3 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and that is all 3 actions, 2 strides and a trip.
Okay. So you just suddenly just run in, whip, trip this thing so hard with a weapon very similar to its own. It smashes his head on the ground, and you just hear in the back of your head, Lump, make sure you finish it.
Lump shudders.
You're not sure if that was the actual voice of Brockabuck or just in your own mind. Nick, you're up. Oh no, sorry, you're not up. One of the Erdefons suddenly appears to the southeast of Lump with the lobbing of a bomb at Lump. 26 to hit?
That's a big old miss, buddy.
Okay, you take 2 void splash damage
Rude.
as this necrotic bomb explodes next to you. And we'll go ahead and you roll another one of those? Or, yeah, we'll go ahead and throw a second bomb real quick. That's 27 to hit.
That's a big old miss.
Okay, you take 2 more void splashing damage. This thing just like, oh no, sorry, this is off guard. This is off guard. Or the first one was off guard, I should say.
The first one off guard was what, a 20?
Because it was invisible, 26.
That would be a hit then.
Okay, so you would have taken an additional 7 on top of that. Oh, I didn't roll great.
Okay.
So a total of what, 11 void damage, as this thing just like sprung out of nowhere with a bomb mid-air and then threw a second one. Nick, you're up.
Okay, Nick will continue using Lump as a shield from the necrotic bombs raining down on that side, standing where he is. He's just going to take an intimidating strike at the Erdefon to his southeast.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I did. The splash damage doesn't affect adjacent targets unless it hits. Is that right? It's been a while.
Oh, it hits. It does affect.
It does affect. Okay, so you would take 4 as well then.
Okay, well, suck it, Byron.
Now tell me what you do.
Okay, yeah, well, let's see how this intimidating strike goes. 26.
Against the Lasher, 26 is a hit.
Aha. So that will be 17 piercing and 5 sonic.
New thunder.
And you will be frightened 1, please.
And frightened 1. Okay, good call.
And now we'll take an advantageous assault with a map -5. 35 to hit.
Ooh, that's spicy. That sounds like a crit.
We all know that's a crit.
Yeah.
No way around it.
44 additional damage.
Yeah.
Plus immobilized and clumsy. Oh, and deafened now. With DC 24 fortitude save.
God,
or be deafened.
Okay.
Fortitude save.
Okay, so immobilized, clumsy.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, if Nick loses this spear, he's gonna be fucked.
Clumsy and fortitude save you need.
Yes, please.
26.
Okay, you're okay.
All right. Awesome. And that's your turn. Pretty good turn. Harold, what do you got?
Okay, Harold, holding the cleaver.
Oh, sorry. Take an additional 4 damage because the advantageous assault didn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Harold will swap the cleaver that's in his hand with the +1 striking returning light hammer, and then also will grab the mirrored piece of stone implement from his side and will hurl the striking hammer at this creature which he has targeted.
The OG Lasher that got hit. Yeah.
The OG Lasher that got hit. Unfortunately, that was a 16, and it's out of his range increment, so that's going to be a 14.
No, that was already calculated in 16 with your -2 penalty.
Then it's a 16.
Yeah. So good job.
And the hammer comes back.
And that's your whole turn.
That's it. That was... Wait.
Okay.
Yes. Swap. Grab the implement. Throw. Miss. Bye. See ya. Later.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
Harold is what we call a contributor. Raphael, what would you like to do?
He's got the spirit.
First action, ruffle stride.
He's not used to the hammer, okay?
Why is Freeman so mean to Scott?
It's so natural. It's the problem.
Because I'm beautiful.
It's true.
Jealous of an actual haircut.
Watch out, he'll zing you in 3 weeks now.
Lump, you're rocking a whip right now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm rocking the whip.
Okay. His next 2 actions will be reversing charge, so he'll stride 35 feet around in case this thing has an AOO.
Mm-hmm.
Attack with his cold iron sword. It's 27 to hit.
Flat-footed, off guard. Yep, that hits.
18 points slashing, 2 points of cold, and rough automatically returns like Colm Fior in Chronicles of Riddick to where he was standing.
Oh,
A reference everyone gets.
I do.
Reversing charge is so good.
I got that reference.
That was for you.
Anything else?
No, that's all 3. Stride, reversing charge.
Stride and reversing charge. Okay, and next up is Le Lasher, who is on the ground having a hard time here. Let's see. Why don't we have that Lasher delay? And the next one will...
So we're only fighting 3. There was 4. Do we have 1 en route for backup? Is anybody else thinking that?
I'm really hoping. I'm hoping. That's why I cast both heroism. I'm hoping that we just get to sit here at the gates and pummel people as they walk up.
Just
The
the
hot
other side of
gates.
Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
The winning side.
Yeah.
Let's see. This guy
That was
is
a Lord of the
going...
Rings reference.
I know, I was very surprised.
The Hot Gates?
No, the hot
Gates
gates is
Lord of the Rings
300.
reference?
Helm's Deep.
Oh, Helm's Deep. I didn't hear that. Okay. I was going to say, you're really mixing it up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a Lasher running on in. Do I run in? Oh, I'm very limited with these creatures here. They're bad guards. It's a bad guard.
I knew this was a good fight to pick.
Go ahead and... Yeah, I'll go ahead and run on up.
Bully the nerds.
And we will slash at...
Does that reactive strike?
No, because are reactor strikes on the way in? Do they count on the way in?
Past. Yeah, because here and then moving to here, it would provoke.
Oh, yeah, it would count because they're both using reach weapons.
Oh, yeah. You're
If the
both
lasher
using-
stopped
yeah.
here, it wouldn't provoke.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, I see. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's gonna charge in, so it's gonna provoke from Nick.
Okay. 29.
29 hits.
22. So 17 piercing, 5 sonic.
Okay. And this thing is going to strike at you with its lash. That's a natural 20
Joke's on you, and I'm into that shit.
for 38. You're gonna take 38 points of damage, both its slashing and I got a deadly D8 on there, and it's going to use its wicked bite action, which it can use through its weapon.
Also into that shit.
And let's see here. It's
Settle
going
down,
to.
bud.
Actually, no, it's not going to use the wicked bite action. It's basically going to run up to you and lash this fanged whip at you, hits you really hard, and then it's going to spend its last action to grab you. You are now grabbed.
Okay.
I guess I technically need to do athletics check for that in the remaster.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a lot of sense for this weapon. Not all of this got updated properly, which is the biggest shame. Fucking natural one. Okay, so you're not grabbed.
That's what you get for using the rules.
But you get hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, you, as this thing runs up to you, hits you extremely hard, tries to, yank on the lash to, kind of, jut the spikes into your skin to, hold on to you. It pulls it away. It doesn't quite catch. And as you're defending yourself against that, you suddenly have a blade striking out at you from behind for a 27 to hit off guard. As the other Urdefon appears out of nowhere, swinging its little blade.
Fucking meat to beat.
Meat to beat. Okay, you are going to take 6 slashing plus 2d6 more for sneak attack, 7 more, and you are taking 1d6 bleed as well, as it just cuts you at the right opportune moment.
Okay. And I guess I'll bring it up when I take it, but I have resistance to persistent.
Okay, sure. Top of the order, you see a rather large mushroom start to float up out of the
Yay!
and it will float a little bit over towards Ruff and lash out a tendril for a 40 to hit.
That's a big fucking crit.
And that's 44 points of bludgeoning damage. This thing cracks you extremely hard. And I need a fortitude save, please.
27.
And you are paralyzed.
Nope. No. I'm gonna turn back the clock on this one.
Hey,
okay.
Get him, baby.
Okay.
Doing some Time Lord shit. That's 22.
You are
I'll
you are
just hero point
paralyzed.
I think that's a fortune effect, but I don't think you can hero.
Oh, is it?
No, it's a fortune effect. Yeah, you can't do about it. Yeah. You are paralyzed, and you can attempt a new save at the end of your next turn. So Ruff is out for a turn. And this thing lashes out a second time at the Urdefon to its southwest for a 34 to hit, which is a crit. And will smash it for 44 damage. It, too, will need to roll a fortitude, which it succeeds. And that brings us to Lump. Oh, boy.
So these creatures have negative healing, right?
Yes, you would.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't
Isn't it though?
Yep,
Isn't it
interesting.
though? So I wonder, could you, because I'm really not sure what you're going to do next. Could you tell me what it is and why you're going to do it next?
Lump lets out a scream as positive energy just bursts forth from out of them, emanating across everyone, the Erdifons, Ruff, and Nick, and even the giant mushroom. And yeah, I'm gonna need some fortitude saves from anything that's not helped by positive energy there, and the rest of our squad will heal for 23.
Well, the giant Reaper Skull Puffball, which just emerged, is does not have said thing, but it's also full health, so it's fine. The Northern Erdifon fortitude save 24.
That is a failure.
Okay, so full damage, 24 damage.
Yep.
Actually, it takes 28 damage because it's got weakness. The one south of Nick that is flanking rolls a 23.
Fail.
Okay. The one that's on the ground in a really rough position rolls a natural 1.
Critical fail. Enjoy.
And I believe dies on the spot. It does. And of course, it explodes in a necrotic decay. So let me just finish the other one real quick. Fortitude save 21 to hit.
Failure.
And that's going to take the damage. Also dies.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more?
Yes.
What's more?
Oh, don't you remember? Cream. Oh, it's only undead, I guess. When you use a heal spell to damage undead, yeah, it's only undead. They're not undead, right?
They are not undead, no.
Okay, bummer. I was really hoping to just light this entire thing on fire.
Holy castigation or whatever the hell it was called. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cast down or something?
Yeah, no, it's cremate undead.
That's the one, yeah.
Cast down is what knocks them prone, yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple of 5-foot emanations of necrotic decay. One of them affects nobody. The other one affects one of the other Erdifons only. And so this blast of void damage echoes out as their flesh just curdles and rots and releases this like wave of this short wave of void energy. But because it is not something that can heal, it just does not affect the one next to it. That's it. Neutralized.
Yeah, so Lump just lets out this kinetic blast of positive energy, instantly vaporizing two of them. The vapors like curling around their feet, and they're just standing there, just.
That's so fucking tight.
It's so good. It's so good. Nick, how do you respond to the situation? You're still flanked. You're still bleeding.
Still flanked. Well, this would be a good time for Nick to bring out the old quick reversal. So while I'm flanked by these two enemies, I get to take 2 melee strikes with no map.
Oh, what?
First one's to the north, a 31.
Yeah,
Done.
that hits.
Real quick, it does have the flourish trait and the press, so you have to do it as a second action.
Oh, second attack. Sorry. So I automatically have to press. My bad. Okay.
Flourish is once per round, and press is you have to have a map already. Yeah.
Okay, so first he's going to... How am I going to do this? Okay, just a normal strike with the first one.
Yeah, and the 31 still stands, so just, hit the northern one if you like. And
okay, for 19 damage.
Okay.
And now we'll do a quick reversal, again to the north at a 34 with a -5.
That's a crit.
38 damage, clumsy...
no, don't worry about it. It's dead.
Okay, great.
I really wish quick reversal. Oh, you are using it, yeah. So it's pretty sick. But yeah, dead, necrotic decay, 5-foot emanation. I do need a quick basic fortitude save from Lump and Nick. All of a sudden,
natural 20.
35.
Okay, you guys are good.
Okay, so I'll take that swing at the one to the south.
Yep.
A 34 to hit.
That's a crit. God damn it.
46 damage.
Okay. Okay.
Third action.
It's not dead, but it should be.
Okay. Oh, I guess we don't. Oh, there's that big fucking scary thing to the right. Okay, I'm gonna use a tumbling strike to get out of there then.
Okay.
So that'll be an acrobatics, I believe. 39, I think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I think it's probably good. I don't remember how tumbling strike
Christ.
works, but that sounds about right.
Rocks on rocks on rocks.
Just to get on the other side, and that'll allow me to take a attack with a map minus 10, 28 to hit.
That hits.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
16 damage.
What the actual hell?
Doing a little dancing with the dancing spear.
what's the okay, roll me a couple of fortitude saves for Lump and Nick.
A 32.
Yeah,
33.
you get. Yeah, you get. What the fuck?
The dynamic duo.
Nick takes 4 bleeding damage. He's been bleeding this whole time.
4 bleeds, so 1 with the 3 persistence.
one with the 3 to resistance.
Oh, I got a nick. More little kobold humor for you.
Lump just shoots the finger gun. Say, yeah, that's my little buddy.
I got a Nick. All right, you can have a hero point.
Hey.
So good. Harold, what do you got?
Okay. Harold is gonna come wheeling around this this column here. What in the blue hell happened out here? Because he didn't see any of that go down.
There was 4, and then there's none.
Yeah.
Just like one of those movies where they pan away and you just hear all the action happen and then they pan back.
Yeah. So he peels around, sees this puffball creature, and is going to attempt to exploit vulnerability on it, I guess. And so he does a critical success.
37, yeah.
And the weakness is, let's see here, minus 10 for fire and minus 10 for piercing. So he rips around the corner and definitely goes for the mortal weakness, and then whips the throwing hammer out of his range.
Range
but
increment?
throws that.
Yeah.
Go real slow. Here we go, and that is a 25 to hit.
That's a meat to beat.
I'll take it.
Let's go.
And that is 12 points of damage. That is a real.
Okay.
I roll 1 and 1.
Yeah, and you exploit the bludgeoning with that weakness. Or, wait.
It's either the fire or the. I just use the weakness.
Oh, it's one of the
even though
two.
I
So
don't
you,
have
you have an additional bludgeoning 10
Yeah.
added to that. Okay,
So
gotcha.
I whip the hammer, and it doesn't go on fire or become sharp, but it exploits that weakness.
Yeah, and so you just like toss this hammer, like these creatures, like boom, boom, boom. They're all dead. You run around the corner, you see this creature, and you're like, "I'm fucking that thing up." And you just toss this light hammer and just hit it so hard, you could hear this like boom, boom kind of sound against its like big puffy kind of swollen, airy air balloon nature, and just to save ourselves some time, this thing like gets bounced back a little bit, and then you can just see it start to retreat. It's like it's just floating away and up and into the ceiling, and it's gone.
And is Ruff still paralyzed?
Yeah, Ruff, roll me another fortitude save.
26.
What was the DC on that?
Higher than that, because I failed my first one with 27.
Yeah, he's still paralyzed. Actually, I did forget that this is actually an incapacitation paralyzed, so you're probably fine because you are equal level with this creature.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't know how to turn anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're good.
Do we want to continue in to see what they were guarding, or is this time to retreat?
If you were going a little further towards the entrance, you would see that it carries on for a bit with a few twists and turns, and it's like it is set up with like wooden spikes and macabre decor of like skulls and bones and all kinds of things. Like if you were to fight and get thrust against the wall, it's going to stab you. Like it is a proper choke point to fight in if there was something a big event happening, and it goes for a bit, and you would I mean, I don't know, roll me a warfare lore.
Okay. God, Lump is just not remembering. Yeah, this looks like a choke point, but 14.
Yeah, you don't know much. You don't have much to go on other than that. Like this is obviously created by a very warlike faction of creatures.
Lump is gonna just look over at Ruff. Well, we've done some exploring. Do you want to continue? If so, I will quickly heal us and we'll keep moving while the magics are still motivating you.
We might as well keep going before they know we've taken down their defenses, if there's any more.
All right.
Does
Lump.
seem like the wise move. And Ruff will continue to avoid notice.
Okay, Lump will just battle medicine both of you right now.
Ruff will also draw the wand of fireball.
Yes. Ruff, go ahead and heal for. Sorry, Nick, go ahead and heal for 19. Ruff, go ahead and heal for. That should have been expert, so add 10 to that.
24.
24, yeah.
Maxed out. Thank you.
Yep. And Lump will see that Nick is still a little hurt. And we'll just go ahead and tap you all the rest of the way off with a 2-action heal.
And we can safely assume the persistent damage just is
Yeah.
taken care of. 'Cause, yeah.
That scaly carapace on him kind of heals up quick.
I healed for 79.
Okay, that's more than doing it. He's brimming with
Jesus.
HP, leaking HP.
How many rounds was that combat? Just shy of 4?
Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. 3 rounds.
Okay.
Quite a bit of heroism left.
Now, yeah, Harold got the opportunity to move into a hiding spot and then do nothing and then do a little bit of something. So 3 rounds sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, that mushroom monster could have been a problem.
Yep.
Harold will stow the throwing hammer and pull out the cleaver again. I'm ready.
All right. Lump will raise a shield and march through the gap.
Okay.
Through the hot gates.
Who's scouting? Is anybody scouting?
Nick is scouting.
Thank you.
How are you approaching this? Are you walking in gung ho like the usual, or are you taking some time?
I think that we would be taking time.
We're walking and checking for traps, but we're not dawdling either.
Yep.
Like, I'm looking for tripwires and pitfalls, things like that, but I'm not like, ooh, this rock looks pretty. I'll take it back to my loved one.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll give you a perception since I'm front in the stack. 24.
Anyone else want to give you a perception?
While Lump was treating wounds, Ruff was looting the corpses.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just get back to the old. So you had 2 death scouts, which have leather armor each, and what's something called a shoth blade, which I don't know if I need to bother.
I don't think we take the time to loot the armor. We probably just grab any magic weapons and bounce.
The shoth blade is an uncommon, martial weapon that's jagged and deadly. It's got a bunch of traits on it. I thought it was going to be advanced, but it's not. But basically, Erdafons can like take a bigger advantage with it because they can use their Wicked Bite attack, which never came into play. And then the Erdafon lashers, same with their lash. They're basically a flail of sorts, and they have chain shirts. Each of them have chain shirts. And the Death Scouts, between the 2 of them, because one of them used 2, but between the 2 of them, there's 4 necrotic bombs available as well.
Yeah, so that's my main concern is I want to take 2 of those and offer 2 of them up to Heralds.
Okay.
If they want them. The only reason I'm not offering them to Lump and Nick is because they're melee. They mix it up, but if they want some for an opening volley, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Ruff's gonna take 2 and one of the Shouth blades and one of the whips, I think.
Okay, Harold, you take the bombs. You good?
Yep.
Okay.
So Harold will kind of push forward and say, let me take a look through here, and would like to move into the front using survival, potentially, just to see if there's any traps, booby traps, or anything that's going to happen with these walls as they move through the spike section.
Okay.
And the like grounding walls.
Yep. And Lump's arm shifts back into a normal hand. By all means, Harold.
That's a 26 on the survival as he moves forward.
Okay. Yeah, everything seems to be okay so far. Anyone want to roll me perception checks and or like we already got a warfare lore in that failed, but anyone wants to roll something similar or even like a society check. Is it society? Or is it yeah, it is society.
I'm going to roll a 32 esoteric lore on society.
Okay.
A hell of a shot call.
I got a 28 on perception.
Ooh, 25.
Yeah, the further you go along this space, the more you realize like this is you're definitely walking into something pretty dangerous. You're walking into and it dawns on Harold with that big ol' esoteric lore check that this is going to be a rather prominent encampment, home base. It is going to be the dwelling of a group of these Erdefons. It is going to be the place in which they make their home. And they have unabashedly made it known with all of this decor, as it were, of bones and spikes and horror, that's where you're going. You are entering our domain.
I can't see anything on the map 5 feet below us.
I know. This is theater of the mind right now.
Okay.
You are going through a stretch, not a massive stretch. You're going through a stretch and a bit of a left and right kind of tunnel of all of this. Yeah, all these spikes and bones and skulls and chains. And
I've seen this before. These Erdefon have let the others know that this is their home. If we push forward, we could be moving into heavy resistance. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just wondering how y'all are doing as far as spells and health is concerned. We ready to push forth?
Lump just clacks their shield against their chest twice. I'm ready.
Ruff, seeing Lump's movement, will tap the blade of his longsword to his chest plate.
Nick hits himself in the chest a little too hard with his spear and kind of wins himself.
This massive adamantine dragon comes to the wall and says, "Be careful. Don't hurt yourself." No.
Dad! Okay, Dad.
Safety first. Make good choices.
Ancient dragon just blows out of the wall, puts a little tiny helmet on you, and fucks off.
Where are your knee pads? Where are your knee pads?
They look so uncool.
Harold just has the mirrored stone within his hand and kind of gives it a rub and then moves forward with the rest of the group. Let's be on our guard then.
So you march forward. You march forward into the unknown. And you round a corner into a massive cavern that holds a jumble of low-lying tents made of stitched-together pelts and blood-streaked leather. Most of the tents surround a natural stone pillar decorated with strange symbols in brown and red paint amid skulls tied or spiked to the pillar. Hides of various creatures cover the entrances to this cave, which are few, yours and another one to the north that you can't quite see right away. And you are met with this sight.
Ooh,
Of-
nice.
Many Urdefon creatures and also a couple of creatures large in size that are basically big, hairy, ape-like creatures that are standing way upright with like cloven hooved feet and crazy horns jutting out from the sides of its head. Looks like that.
Some sort of devil, I think.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, it's like a Sasquatch from hell.
Yeah, you see beyond several Urdefon warriors. You see some that are clad a bit differently. You see a couple of these teams. You see a Lasher. You see a Death Scout. You see another Death Scout. You see another Lasher. You see maybe 15. Is it 15 creatures? It's probably more than 15 creatures. All just kind of hanging out in their camp as you wander in, casting light across the area.
Yep. There's 22 for the listeners at home. that I can see.
Thank you.
Ruff, you still have that wand? Let's light this candle.
You have entered their domain. And as you round that corner and the light is just cast out across the cavern, they all turn, and these demon-looking creatures like stand up, and everyone gets up, and there was no caution. There was no, what the hell is that? There is, my blade is next to me. I grab it and I stand up, and every single one of them rises pretty much in unison. Or like if they aren't in unison, they take a delicious amount of time to just like pull the weapon up and be like, oh, what have you done? And we're gonna roll for initiative.
Yes.
And this is where you don't need to roll the encounter because all of them have been rolled into one. And Foundry is going very slow now.
Were you planning for this one, Freeman?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay, I just saw your hand and your face in your hand for a little bit there.
A lot of it, even while you're describing, you're just like, oh, goodness.
This is, in some ways, every GM's either nightmare or dream. There are so many creatures here.
Yeah, this combat tracker is pretty ridiculous.
So what you're saying is we should have had the Caligny with us.
Well, you should have. That would just add more to the combat tracker. So I'm not saying that per se. Has everyone rolled? Can you find your initiative number?
Yep.
Yeah. Just barely.
Was anyone scouting?
Nick was.
Nick was. Okay. Raphael, it matters for you, so I'm going to move you up.
Mine's actually a 36 because that's not natural comes into play here.
Ooh.
And me too, and me too, and me too.
Wait, that's not natural applies to which kinds of creatures?
Creatures that aren't part of the natural order.
Such as there are creature types.
Aberration, Fey, Mutant, Undead, one of your enemies from another plane other than the material plane, as long as the battle takes place in a wilderness region.
Yeah.
I'm guessing these giant demons aren't from this plane.
No. The demons. Oh, the demons. Demons. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll allow it.
That's why I didn't bring it in with the other Udafon.
Thank you.
Yeah, although that translucent skin, that's pretty fucked up.
The +1 won't matter for Nick. Who got a, what? You got a 26?
26.
Lump got a 21. The +1 will matter. And Harold, you didn't roll.
I could. Oh, sorry. I rolled a survival check, not a. Damn it! I really
First
wanted
day
a
or what?
34. Ooh, even better.
You rolled a survival check again.
I'm rolling initiative.
Yeah, but like, why is it still rolling survival?
I don't know, man.
Do you have something that makes you roll survival? Because look at your.
Because I was just doing
day.
a survival check as we went in, scouting the ground.
If it makes you feel any better, Freeman, perception and survival are the same for him, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, look at your character sheet. You have the drop down menu next to your initiative, and it's listed at survival instead of perception.
Yeah, exactly. It was on
But
purpose.
why?
Because it's my favorite terrain. I was using survival to scout for if there was anything on the ground. I made a survival check. Come on.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted to know why. And you were like, I don't know. And so now you've explained it. Thank you.
Because I misunderstood what you were asking. I thought you were like,
God
why?
damn it.
I thought I was not rolling an initiative with survival. I thought I was just rolling survival checks again. Anyways, 37, bitch.
It's like pulling teeth, listeners. Which was, sorry, it's a 30 what?
7.
Okay.
Delay, let me get this fireball off.
We shall begin the encounter. Harold, you're top of the order, Harold. What do you got?
I will delay.
Smart.
Raphael, you are next in the encounter.
We know what he gonna do. He gonna fire that wand.
Okay, and where he gonna fire it?
Where can he get most? Let's do.
You have a 500-foot range to cast a 20-foot burst.
Yeah.
You have like tents in your way.
Oh.
There's walls
Right.
around them. Yeah.
Well, he about to light up some tents too. I think this is the position. What do y'all think?
That looks pretty good.
Oh, do one up from there too, so you can get this one because that looks special.
Just want to point out that a long time ago, I said to James, "There's a fight that I would like to maybe do video content for." This is the fight.
Oh,
Because it's going to be really
Okay.
rough as audio content. It's a lot of bodies, there's a lot of space, and it's going to be, yeah. So let's be very succinct in our descriptions, please.
Okay. Okay. So I can do that. Yeah. Okay. So that's fireball. That's a DC 27 basic reflex save for everybody in yonder, and maybe the tents too. I don't know. I mean, tents seem flammable to me.
Yeah, I'm inclined to include the tent there. That's available, or two of them. Okay, so we'll start with the. We're going to start with the low tier dudes. So the initial Urdafon warrior there.
I'm just gonna roll the damage now, and then you can just.
No.
apply.
Actually, can you wait for the damage, please?
Sure.
Because it causes me to scroll up a bunch, which is really annoying. The okay, first guy, is it fucking 10?
Crit fail.
Okay, so that's this guy. Can people please, someone please record this? That guy was a 10. This guy will be a 16.
crit fail.
This guy will be an 18.
Fail.
This guy, I'm going to give him -2 for being inside of a tent, and the tent's about to explode around him. He rolled a natural 20.
He doesn't care.
So the explosion that just pushes him back and away out of the space, I think, and he's good. And then this guy is also in the range. Will roll a 22.
Fail.
Okay, and then we've got Death Scout here. He's a 32.
Oh, you nasty.
And then the Lasher right here is a 33. And the crazy looking demon creature is a 27.
Need to beat.
Okay. So, and then we have another one over here that you haven't seen yet. This artifact you haven't seen before. And it's going to roll a 27 as well. Okay, roll me damage.
20 points of fire.
Okay. This massive explosion erupts in the middle of the encampment, blasting a whole bunch of these creatures. Some of them are like quick on their feet to just dodge out of the way. Some of them just like almost looks like they take the brunt of it. Some of them are very much hit hard. They're not expecting it. You have, despite the fact that they're ready to take you on, you've definitely caught them by surprise to some degree. What else you got, Ruff? I assume that's 2 actions.
Yeah, that is 2. I actually don't know what I'm going to do for the third one. Maybe take cover in there somewhere.
Are we trying to lure them out?
I'm not going into that room. Are you fucking kidding me? You saw what 300 Spartans did against the Persian War.
Definitely don't have a plan. Yeah.
Yeah, so Russ going to take cover from there.
Okay.
And I do have a plan. It's to overcharge the wand.
Oh boy.
Here we go. The Erdafon Lasher is up next. Who is going to run up a bit closer to you and toss out a enfeeble straight at Lump at the front of the crew here with a 28 to hit.
Misses.
Fuck me.
Yep.
Next up is one of the Death Scouts.
I'm going to hop back in here.
Okay, you're hopping in.
Yeah. Harold is going to exploit vulnerability on the demon thing.
The big creature, yep.
That is going to be a critical success with a 38.
Hot damn. Okay, this is not a demon, by the way. It is a daemon.
Well, whatever. It looks like a demon. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the mortal weakness, which is -10 to holy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harold will stride forth. Maybe a bad call. We'll find out. 25 feet. Whoa. Foundry is lagging like crazy.
Yep.
And will strike out. Maybe this is a bad call, but let's go.
You're so brave. And Lump will look at Nick and Ruff. None of you go out there. We're staying right here. This is a safe pocket. That
God
guy's a
damn
mad
it.
lad.
And then he misses with a 22.
Natural 4.
Oh, that's
All
so
right,
annoying.
that's you.
What a hero.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we have the heroism cast upon us, but you're the real hero.
you guys are all lumped together, and I don't know if that's gonna go good for you guys. In a second here.
One of the Death Scouts disappears. And that brings us to one of these other Erdafons you haven't seen yet, who is going to cast a spell, and suddenly a massive burst of magical darkness is spread out in front of you, and it just bursts out in the middle of the battlefield right in front of Lump. It envelops Lump, Nick, and Ruff. It creeps into behind Harold just enough to envelop him, and any mundane light effects are snuffed out, which I don't think we have any in this area. And I was trying to go over the rules here for light cantrips versus the darkness spell, and it's a bit weirder than I thought it was. I was talking about it in the Discord.
Yeah, I just figured they get nerfed.
So any light that's within this area that is equal to the level of the spell or lesser is suppressed. But anything that is higher is not. So Lump's casting spell is fine. However, it reads as though at the edge, your light will not be suppressed within the darkness, but it cannot penetrate the barrier of the darkness. The darkness still seems to like contain it. Like the creatures outside can't see you and you can't see them by the reading of this, because you look at the final line of that spell, it says light can't pass through, so creatures in the area can't see outside. From outside, it appears a globe of pure darkness. So you aren't blind within, but you can't see out, is my interpretation of this interaction, which is strange.
That's cool. We just got concealment, and now they have to come to us. Like, deal.
This is kind of exactly what we wanted.
This is like,
I mean,
perfect.
kind of, yeah.
Please no bows.
It also means that if you want to assault this place, this is the sort of thing you're gonna have to deal with.
Well,
They are ready.
in response to that, who
Yeah.
wants to be big?
Inside me are two wolves who are drift compatible.
You hear this cat this like invocation for a spell. It is blasted into the area. It envelops you all. You suddenly are like you can see, thanks to the Lump's light, but like there is this like orb of darkness around you that's shielding you from seeing into the cavern again. And it brings me to another Erdophon. However, it stands to reason we might pause combat for a moment to see if you guys want to react a certain way. You can see each other, but you can't see out.
Close the line, Harold.
All right, I will when I can.
Why did you separate yourself from us?
Shut up.
I'll sing stories of you later. Just kidding, you'll live forever. But like on a serious note, like this is like Lump's dream come true. Like they now have to come within emanation range. Heal has already proven devastating to them. Like they can't shoot Lump with bows anymore without, firing into what is effectively darkness for them.
Yeah.
So like Lump is chill with just waiting here and seeing what happens. Like there's not a rush in Lump's mind to get in here and mix it up. Like we're the ones kicking in their door. Like are they going to be ants and scramble out, and if they don't, then okay, we can back away and decide if we want to re-engage this a different way. Like we have all the options. Like they have limited themselves entirely. So like Lump is
I mean, they were
chilling.
already limited by your choke point. So
Yeah.
what they've done here is a tactic that goes both ways.
I guess, like, and to Lump's head, like, this is a choke point, but, like, some of them had bows, and, like, if they want, they can just shoot the hell out of us from far enough, and then we do have to wait in and get surrounded, like.
Which ones had bows?
Didn't one of the Lashers have short bows?
Nope. Those are the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care. Maybe I was thinking of the Caligny then. Either way, if they have magic casters, that also limits them, like, I'm cool. I don't know about the rest of my party, but Lump is chilling.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just not sure I agree with that reading of the darkness spell. I feel like you're in a dome of darkness where no light is able to penetrate, so even while we're inside it, we can't see either.
I thought I was literally mulling it over today, and I thought that the difference between darkness and light was a counteract check, but it isn't. Not even before remaster, I was confused that it wasn't. I thought for sure it is. You read it, it's like the light is suppressed, and I was like, okay, is the light that bounces against darkness suppressed, or is the light source, which is like what Lump would have on their shield per se, is that the part that's suppressed? But even then, that is before the final line of the spell, which says light cannot penetrate the darkness from the outside and inside, basically. There is a barrier, it seems to imply. I don't think it's well worded. I think it's super... I was confused by it myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't want to get into arguments. But it does feel like, yeah, like the area within the emanation, all of that, like, there is darkness there that is not able to be penetrated by light, which means that we wouldn't be able to see through any of it.
That's what
Then they wouldn't have chosen the word suppress. Is my thing there? It's the use of the word suppress.
That's what tripped me up.
Yeah, that's what leads me to fall on Freeman's side.
But where I'm going is the penetrating. So light not being able to penetrate any of the darkness means it doesn't matter if it's being suppressed or not. Like, the light couldn't get to an eyeball.
Right, but penetrating or emanating within the area.
Within the darkness. So if it can't, if within the darkness it can't penetrate the darkness, it can't get from the armor to the eyeball.
Because penetration means it has to hit the point in which it starts too, right? It can't penetrate, which means once it hits the part where the darkness starts, that's the penetration point. And the suppress thing comes in with auras. Like auras mostly I'm bad at them, but also mostly they are able to be suppressed at all times, but that doesn't mean they don't exist anymore. It is not a cataract, it's not like disappearing. It is still a persistent effect that is just simply removed temporarily.
I just wonder why it would be designed to the point where someone can do this of, here, have a little dome to chill in.
Yeah, no, it is odd. It is odd. I'm seriously, I'm unsure because I was talking to Discord today about it, and I was like, I can't quite get my head around this, because I thought it was going to be an auto counteract like most of these opposing effects would be, but it's specifically not that.
Unless it's 4th level. If it's 4th level, we're having a different conversation, because that's when creatures with dark vision can barely see through. But if this is just a level 2 spell, this makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because even 4th level version doesn't actually do a counteract check, right? The 4th level version
at no point does this eliminate dark light. Is clearly what. Yeah. Like, the spell's been nerfed from 1E pretty aggressively. I think we can all agree on that. But we are just talking about a 2nd level spell here. Like, this is on the same level as Shocking Grasp or Mirror Image, right? Like, we're reading really hard. Like, if this was a 5th or 6th level spell, again, the conversation changes. But 2nd level, it's just a dome that you can't see into or see out of.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. So don't fucking come at us in the Discord later. Yeah.
Well, one of our listeners is what helped me identify this interpretation. So, we'll see. Shout out to
Silas.
Silas, was it Silas? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So this long story short, this sudden massive globe of darkness comes at you, and you all say, "Form up." And Harold's kind of like, I will when I can. And that's when one of the Erdefon warriors bursts through the edge of that darkness and continues to run straight at Lump like some sort of suicide insanity person. And that's what we're going to call it.
Oh, come on, man. Tune back next week to see Harold die.
Brutally.
And then come back to life.
After all that rules chat, you're left hanging real hard.
Yeah. Sorry for listeners, I put that on you.
No, it's
sorry,
good.
Guys.
It's better to have the discussion than just roll with the punches, because it's a bit confusing. Hot damn.
And I'm not opposed to having a couple of weeks to game this out a little bit. Turn 1 is this from this character. Turn 2 is this from this character.
I
also could use the time to plan. Believe it or not.
This is a solved problem, James. This is a solved problem.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.